Hello and welcome to another Starman Spooktacular Animeniacs. Devin, with me is Cody.
Hey everybody!
And we're doing the aftermath of Grim Variations.
Woohoo!
So, going into this anime, what were we expecting?
Horror.
I was expecting a bit of a horror from the fantasy tales. Like, fairy tales should be kind of horrifying when you go to the original source material.
Yeah.
This was not exactly what we wanted, so for a Halloween month, this was not suitable.
Yeah, not really.
But the overall experience was, this show wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
No. Very unique takes on classic fairy tales, and even some that I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Like the Musicians of Bremen and the Elves and the Shoemakers, one I've heard, but I haven't I don't know the actual story. I only know the more modified, traditional one that everyone's probably heard of.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. And the ending, we're still trying to recover from that acid trip.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I was like, out of all 6 of them, this was the trippiest. That's so weird.
It really was.
And in a bang, huh? Your variations.
Yeah. Just look over you checking your soda.
Yeah, I was like, did someone slip something in my drink? Are we seeing the same thing, Cody?
I actually had to sniff my damn drink because I'm like, is this moldy? Like, what the
Something
heck?
happened? Yeah. So, out of all the 6 stories, which one was your favorite? Because I had 2 there. I did like the Musicians of Bremen story. Like I said, that could have been its own anime by itself. I would have watched that probably.
Same, actually. No, I was going to pick that one too.
But I also like Red Riding Hood. Because I like that kind of, from the serial killer's perspective,
Yeah.
hunting down their prey and stalking their victims perspective.
Yeah.
And then the twist of, well, the serial killer is actually the victim here. The prey has turned the tables.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to say that one was my least favorite.
The Red Riding Hood?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say the Cinderella was probably not my favorite.
That's the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, for starting out and you're not sure what you're getting into, the twist on Cinderella was kind of like, okay, I guess you're trying to be scary, but you're not trying to be horrifying.
Yeah.
It's just like the psychological mind game that Cinderella plays is interesting, but also confusing.
Yeah, it really is. I'm trying to think if there's any others I didn't really care for. Okay, I didn't fully care for the elves one, like the
Shoemaker and the Elves.
Yeah, like the author.
Yeah, that one was because I don't know the source material well enough, I couldn't really compare it.
Yeah.
First of all. Secondly, to switch it up to be like, it's an author struggling to write, and then you didn't really show who was actually the person writing it. You just kind of assumed it's the little girl who'd been doing it all along.
Yeah, and it's just a little too convoluted for me.
Yeah, it got a little too convoluted for its own good.
Yeah.
And I think the important thing for any retelling of a fairy tale is that you keep the moral.
Yeah.
And I think the moral is lost on that one.
It really is, because this was my takeaway. Her moral was kind of like, oh, you should have kept writing your book. I'm like, that's not the moral. That shouldn't be the moral of this.
No, I thought the moral of the shoemaker and the elves would be appreciative of the help you get.
Yeah.
And don't take advantage of it.
I mean, let's be honest. He did take advantage of it.
Yeah.
But that's not even why the girl got mad.
No, it was... The girl was like, you could have done this on your own. You just were struggling, so I helped you. Keep you afloat. But what you should have done is, while my seller is selling off the charts and giving you the funds, you should have worked on your original book. Instead of sitting around trying to write new shit.
Yeah, like, it was so weird.
I just didn't really get, like, what was the message here other than don't give up on your original works even though you're friggin' struggling?
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, because I don't know the story of the musicians of Brennan, so I don't know what the moral of that story is. Other than outcasts can band together and save their home.
Yeah.
Or home is where you make it, I guess.
That is probably the moral of the other one, too.
Yeah. That's one where I'm like, after this, I'm going to probably go read that.
Yeah. Now, after watching this, I kind of want to go buy the collection of these Grimm's fairy tales.
Yeah.
Just to see how messed up they actually are.
Oh, all of them are completely messed up. That's the point of this.
Yeah.
Because they even said at the end, these are like what-if stories. If we change key elements of the story, how big of a change does that make it?
Oh, right. The other mind trip, but not as severe as the last one. Hansel and Gretel in space.
Yeah, that was like... I kind of liked that one because you didn't know where that was going until the very end of it.
It was weird, but I did like it.
Yeah. There are a lot of twists in that one. Like, the first one was like, okay, like, the first twist is the witch is actually good.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so we got good witch, and I was like, I expect the children are to kill the good witch thinking that she's evil, but she's not. We're going to go play that route. And it's like, no, we're not playing that route. Wow. Now we're playing that this is actually a space station. And we're cultivating these kids to survive on Earth. Okay, that's a new one.
Interesting.
Final plot twist. Gretel isn't real.
Huh.
Oh. Now that is a twist.
Are you done hitting us in the face?
Are you done twisting the script enough? And the Pied Piper, that had nothing to do with the original.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
It really didn't.
Yeah.
Like, because I do kind of know, I did kind of know Pied Piper a little bit, just the sort of synopsis.
Yeah. Everyone does.
Yeah, getting rid of rats.
Yeah, he comes in, gets rid of the rats, the town refuses to pay him, so he takes the children with him instead.
Mm-hmm.
So the town realizes that there's things more valuable than money.
Yeah. But this was not bad.
No, this was not bad. Like, and this is where the moral of the story is also lost on this.
I don't even know the moral, because this was an acid trip anime all the way through.
You mean this one episode? Or
this one episode.
Yeah.
And, like...
No, I wouldn't give it that. It's a pretty... It's its own story for up till the acid trip point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's just a lot of, okay, what's really going on here and what's the story you're trying to tell? Because you have clearly abandoned the Pied Piper story at this point.
Yeah.
You've only kept characters in, like, key points of the Pied Piper.
Yeah.
But you're really just doing your own thing here.
Yeah, like, which, respect it.
But...
maybe a little less acid trippy?
The ending didn't make sense
it
at
really
all.
Didn't. I'm like...
Like, of all the 6 stories, I was like, this one... ending
Zero
just
sense.
comes out of nowhere.
It's like, oh, the universe.
Yeah, it's
Right.
like, okay, we're now the Pied Piper's actually has the knowledge of the universe and is passing it on to Maria. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Maria is now the Pied Piper.
Yeah. And then she'll pass that on to another Pied Piper, and the lineage goes on and on. And it's like the passing of knowledge.
Like, that happened. I was like, I call BS.
Yeah.
That's not how anything works.
No. Alright, so trying to keep this episode going,
Yeah.
but so we talked about our favorites and least favorites. So yours was the Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
What was it about it that you didn't like?
I'm not huge on the whole like serial killer thing and all the blood.
That's fair. This one was the most goriest of
Yeah.
the 6 stories. I don't mind gore, and I love watching like the serial killer, how they think and work, and
Oh, yeah.
how they actually their day to day and then their secret serial killer life.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. And so I agree with you. I was like, B, it was a good story.
Mhm.
Understandably, not for everyone,
Yeah.
especially if you don't like gore.
Yeah.
This was a bit graphic, even for the show it's in.
Yeah. Oh, the plot. Your words. Just what you said. Is this enough carnage for you, Devin?
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah, now we're finally getting it. And then, like, out of all the 6 stories, I'm like, each one was different in their own way, and I was like, there's no connecting, like, the most glorious would be the Red Riding Hood. The most mind trippy, I think, would be the Pied Piper
Yeah.
at the very end.
The most tamest, in my opinion, is the author one.
Yeah, that one just had nothing really going on in it
Yeah.
that made it, like, mind trippy or anything.
Yeah. Hansel and Gretel, slightly mind trippy, but only in terms of
The most
You didn't know
twist.
what-
It
yeah.
got their award for most twists.
oh
in
yeah.
a unneeded twist.
Oh, you want another twist?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
really.
It's like, okay, you twisted this enough.
Can't be twisted anymore. Too bad. Ow.
The most blah, I think, was Cinderella.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't get into that one. I was worried that if that's how all these stories are going to
We
go,
were gonna have a rough time.
we were going to have a rough time.
Luckily,
Luckily,
Yeah.
then the wolf came along.
yeah.
I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
But then it started to click on me. It's like the next episode's not going to be as gory or as horrifying as this. It's going to be its own complete thing. And that's how the trend is. It's each story is going to be their own thing.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And that's a good way of doing it.
Yeah. So, would you honestly want to see more of this? If they're like, hey, we're making a season 2, would you be like, oh, hell yeah.
It depends on what they're doing, really.
I would want to know the stories they have planned for season 2, if there
Yeah.
is a season 2.
Yeah, that is fair.
They, like, again, the Musicians of Brandon, I would have never considered that story to read, but now I'm actually interested to see it. I would like to see that as its own show.
Yeah, I'd like to see that made into an anime.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was really well done.
And I liked all those characters, to be honest.
Yeah. The Red Riding Hood, that'd be probably my own personal. I would like to see that more.
Yeah, that's
Or
fair.
anime is more like that, so.
I'd have to look into that because I might know.
I know a few
Yeah.
anyway, so.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this anime to anyone?
I'd recommend certain episodes, maybe.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
The whole thing is a hard sell because
Yeah.
everything is different.
Yeah. each episode is very different from the other.
Exactly. So it's hard to sell the whole anime as a package, but
Yeah.
I'd be like, you might like this episode of Grid Variations if you like this.
I think honestly the only one I'd recommend, the only episode I might recommend,
Yeah.
I might recommend Hansel and Gretel,
Yeah.
and I might recommend the Wild West one.
Yeah.
The Musicians of Brennan.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Those are two, I was like, those get strong, high recommendations.
Yeah.
I'd be like, if you like the serial killer aspect, I would recommend Red Riding Hood.
That's fair.
But the other three stories are kind of, I don't know if I can recommend that to just anyone.
Yeah, I did. Like, I wouldn't recommend the author one to anyone. I'd be like, didn't like it.
You know, it was
No,
just
thank you.
kind of a episode. It didn't have anything special about it to keep it going.
Yeah. And final episode, no.
Final
Unless,
episode, if I was like, you want to see an acid trippy what the hell anime?
go for it.
Then here, watch this scene. Try to make the sense out of this.
Yes. Try and not shout, what the hell?
Yeah. But I think with that, though, we'll call the episode here. So thank you all very much for watching our spooktacular Halloween edition of Animeniacs.
Yeah, thanks.
Until next time, have a good one.
Peace out.